Okay friends, this is MX Linux, okay, MX Linux. Okay, so let me get MX Linux browser up here for you. And we're just waiting on it loading. It comes by Firefox browser by default. And of course you have the option of installing Google Chrome browser, SlimJet web browser, and etc. Okay, so this is the MX Linux community, and under products here you've got screenshots and etc. Under support you've got MX videos, MX17, MX16 is an old one. So basically MX Linux is a cooperative venture between Onyx and former MEPIS. Okay, it's a fast and a lightweight Linux distro. Okay, so it also runs as XFCE, which is basically a lightweight Linux distro. Okay, so if you bear with me a second here. So MX Linux, MX Linux. Okay, so it's a lightweight Linux distro. Okay, so there is documentation on it, and this is the home page. Okay, so if we scroll down the home page here, okay, at the desktop, on the loose, or within the group. And if you scroll on down, let's click on this one here. Okay, so it comes in a 32-bit version of Linux kernel and a 64-bit. And it is based on Devilman, okay? Devilman Linux. Okay, so I'm not going to go into all the documentation here because it'll confuse the best of people. Okay, so we're going to go to download directly. Okay, so MX 17.1 386, which is basically a 32-bit Linux distro. MX 17.1, and this is a 64-bit kernel. So basically, if you've got a 32-bit, you want to download the 32, okay? And if you've got a 64-bit, you download the 64. Now, I did test the 64-bit out, but there's a bug in it when you're trying to install it, and the 32-bit works great. So basically, you would go to, for direct download, you'd find the nearest country to you. Okay, so USA. Okay, so when you come here, this would be your 64-bit, and then you've got the 32-bit. Okay, so I downloaded this one here, ZSYNC. Okay, which is 13th of March. That's the one I downloaded and installed. So this is your background. If you right click on it here, you will be given a number of shortcuts, how to run a command, open the terminal here, open the root, and etc. Desktop settings and applications. Okay, so you can go that way via applications, or you can basically stick to the straightforward menu. Now it does have a firewall. Okay, so type in firewall and type in your root password. And okay, so what will happen here is when the firewall opens up and loads up, and basically you will see the firewall here in the top left hand corner. Okay, so this is the firewall. It's a basic firewall. It's a GFW firewall. It is turned off by default. That's it off, and to turn it back on, that's it back on. Oh, turned it off. Let's turn it back on. Okay, so it's on. So I just slow it. It will stop incoming topic, deny incoming topic by default. Okay, and you can create rules and things like that there for it when you learn basically further on down the line when you start understanding about network traffic. So to keep it quite simple for you, on the left hand side you can actually change your bar by right clicking, go to panel and go to panel preferences. Okay, you have one panel here, you can have 2 panels, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Appearance, that's the background, and items. Okay, automatically hide the panel, have it set to never. So by default the panel is on the left hand side of the screen. This one here is basically your file manager. Okay, so let's pull this over. Here you have your hard drive and your file system. So here you have your desktop, your documents, your downloads, your music, pictures, templates, videos, and public, and etc. Okay, that's your file system, which that would be your home folder. MX will take you back basically to where you were. And because I have 2 hard drives in this particular laptop, obviously it's showing the other hard drive, but lost the root password and you type it in. Okay, so let's come out of the file manager. So basically when you're installing the operating system, it'll ask you for a default password and a root password, which is basically built on security. This one here is updates. Okay, it'll ask for the root password. Plus you do have the option of setting it to automatically log in at boot up. Okay, so this is the Sontec package manager. Click reload, mark all upgrades and hit apply. You can upgrade your system that way too. Now I've got mine set to automatically download the updates in the background. Here is your Bluetooth, and check for updates, which was this one. This is your Bluetooth here. If you have a Bluetooth device you want to pair up, this would be my Wi-Fi connection. This would be my open up the mixer. This would be the sound, and hopefully we can get this. Let's try this again. Open mixer. Okay, so basically a mixer, recording, playback, output devices and input devices. This is for mounting USB drive and etc. And that would be the battery. Mine's fully charged. Now if you go here to the bottom left hand corner of your screen and click here, you will have accessories, games, graphics, internet. Okay, now you'll notice that I've installed Google Chrome web browser, which I'll show you how to do in a minute, and you'll also see Thunderbird Mail that I use. Also Opera, this Opera web browser is basically a beta, which I'll not be using. Okay, multimedia tools, MX tools here. This particular one here, MX package installer. Okay, so this is the way it's set up here. Under audio, when you open it up here, you will have a number of other audio programs that you can install, like a Spotify. To install it, highlight the box. And this one is something modeled on Winamp. Anybody that has used Winamp media player before. Audacity for recording sound. Okay, so let's move on to close that one up and move on to the browsers. Okay, so we have a number of browsers. by default these four here, that's not highlighted, are already installed on my system here. So I'm going to install SlimJet. It's just a matter of choice. I've used it before. Okay, now if you do have children, you can obviously install what they call preschool, including paint and stuff like that. If you've got children and you want to keep them occupied, just highlight these two and close that. You've got development tools here. Okay, tools for creation of Development packages, which is basically a Development file in a Linux distro. Okay, and under games you also have a program here that you can learn your children code. Okay, so if you go to games here, you got Play on Linux, which is a program that you can use to play run Windows programs in the Linux distro. Okay, friends, it doesn't work that great. I've tried it a number of times. You've got simple card games you can add. You've also got Steam. Okay, Steam is for playing games on Linux, same as Steam for Windows. Okay, I'm going to install these other two just for the grandkids if they happen to be up. Graphics here, you've got a digital photo organizer. This one here, Shotwell, is pretty good. Advanced image here and browser, and GIMP. Okay, I've used GIMP before. Blender is a 3D animation suite if you want it. There's quite a number of Linux distros out, and the other all behave slightly different. Okay, that's for languages and media centers. Okay, now the XBMC Media Center, I've tried it before. It's very slow on a number of Linuxes. Handbrake is pretty good. It's a DVD, rubber and video transcoder, graphic and video and audio batch converter. So if you know what you're doing, obviously you can install the programs that you like using, the extra ones. Okay, now under messaging, okay, I'm going to install the PID GN. I've used it before, and let's close that. Under miscellaneous, okay, we've got Google Earth here. We've got Java, if you want to install it, Java 8. The VirtualBox, I'm not going to bother with it. A lot of guys test Linux out or different operating systems out in VirtualBoxes. That's Wine, we'll install that. It's not wine you can drink, by the way. Newsreader, networking. Okay, so you have a torrent privacy if you want to use it. It's there to use. Basically, it's supposed to hide your IP address and let you share it anonymously and etc. Printing here. Okay, HP printing I've already got installed because I have an HD printer. Under Office here, it does come with a lot of Office programs already, but if you want to use the Adobe Reader, PDF Reader, you can install it here. And as I say, it's just a matter of choice. Now, you also can install programs through the Suntech Package Manager, which is slightly more difficult for someone that hasn't used it. Screencast here. OBS Studio is a great program if you're going to broadcast your desktop on a Linux distro. You can also use it on Windows, but I find that it takes a wee bit of getting used to use it. That's a torrent, okay, for anybody that uses torrent. Servers, okay, and you also have some utilities here, so let's go down and see what they have. Few YouTube videos outside the browser by selecting links. Locked odd servers with a modified host file. Okay, so I'm going to do that one here because I do have a great interest in computer security and Linux security. Okay, I'm not going to bother with any of these. Under video, as I say, there's quite a number come by default. Now, there's nothing here that I'm going to bother with next. So basically, install the ones that I've already clicked. I'll click install, and you will see it that it'll start fetching all the what I would call the internet protocol addresses and stuff like that. It'll say, do you want to continue? Y for yes, and carry on. Now, this particular Linux distro, I wouldn't recommend it for new users. Okay, I would recommend that you try out Linux Mint, Ubuntu, Zorn Linux before you decide to dip into MX Linux and a few others. Some can be pretty tricky at the start to use, and some can be very confusing. But if you're just looking at basically to browse, well then it's quite easy to run. It's very fast. If I bring up the task manager here, you will see in the task manager here my CPU is only about 35-40%. Now I'm recording by desktop recorder for Linux. I have 187 processors running and I'm using roughly about 12% of memory. This particular laptop's only got 4 gigs, okay? Now it does run well with Windows 10, but you don't have a lot of memory spare. So in the near future, if I wasn't happy with this particular Linux, I could put Windows back on it if I wish to. Now, you do have some, application finder, that is. So basically if I wanted to stop a particular program or kill it, if it froze up on me, I could do the same on Windows without having to reboot. By bringing up the task manager, highlighting the program, right clicking and click stop or kill the process. Okay, so we're not, okay, this will be run the program, application finder and the thermal eliminator. That may sound a wee bit of garbage to people, okay? So basically I can show all processes running. Okay, it's now going to show me all. It'll tell me what the process identification number is on the CPU. Okay, so that's your task manager. As I said, it's not very hard on the processes because it's a lightweight Linux distro. Okay, down the bottom again here, multimedia tools. You notice I've installed more. Okay, that would be for MP3 players and etc. So I've basically installed a few extras myself. Under Office here, you've got LibreOffice Base, LibreOffice Calculator, and LibreOffice Impress for basically for doing presentations. Okay, and it's all free. Okay, so if you pull this down slightly, take this on down here. Let me see now. Let me pull this on down. Okay, so there's a few other programs. It does come with VLC player, video player by default. I have installed Simple Screen Recorder and record my desktop that I'm using at the particular minute. It also, for your CD burner software, it comes with XFburn. If I load that up, here you'll get basically burn an image, prepare a blank disk if you're using a DVD reader, or create an audio CD and etc. Okay, as I say, it works out of the box and it's pretty quick. There's quite a lot here. You do have an MX user manual. If I load this up, which is pretty handy for a beginner, you do have an introduction here about it, and it'll give you documentation on it. It is based on a Debian Linux, stable based Linux, okay, and it does use the XFCE 4.12 as a desktop environment. Okay, you do have about the manual, and you can scroll up and down. System requirements. Okay, so what they're saying is the minimum system requirements that you need is an Intel processor or MED i486. You need roughly about 512 megabytes of RAM or memory, at least 5 gigabytes of free hard drive space, a Sound Blaster AC97 or HDA compatible sound card. Basically, laptops usually have them all built in, so you shouldn't have any problem with that. Now, as I said before, I wouldn't recommend this particular Linux to someone who's only starting. Don't mess about with stuff you don't know what you're doing. Read the manual and you will get a lot of documentation in it. Watch a few videos on YouTube and you'll pick it up very quick. So it also recommends here for a 32-bit Intel or AMD processor, 2 gigs of RAM memory or more. This one's got 4, and it's also got a 500 gig hard drive and roughly a 250 gig hard drive, so I've got plenty around this particular one. You do have some support here. Go to the community support page. Bugs and issues, like everything else, Windows 10 lately with the updates Microsoft have been producing, you will notice that some things are breaking and some things aren't. Linux also from time to time has something similar. It's called bugs in the code. Basically the code has been written wrong, full stop's not in the right place, and etc., and it becomes a bug. Okay, and that's what a computer bug is. A false code, or code that's not doing what it's supposed to do. Okay, so under installation here you've picked a number of bits and pieces. Okay, so we're not going off for you too much with that. So it's basically getting Devimon, and it's looking for that game program there, okay, to install. So let me hit the enter key, and there's a carrying on there. As you can see, the wee icon going around there, so it's basically doing something. So let me that's it opened up wide, and that's me lowering it. Okay, and it's sitting there. So if I go here to the next desktop, I've got two desktops. So if I was on Facebook on this one, then I could go to the next one and carry on doing something else by leaving the other one open if I wish to. And this would be information, reference the keyboard. Now there's some stuff here that you will not understand for the first time. Okay, so you go to internet, you got your browsers, you go to your graphics. By default it does install some of these by default, and I have chosen to install a few extras myself. Now games, okay, if you like playing card games and stuff like that, okay, you can extend it by going here, and it'll give you a full screen, and it's all free. Now if I was to go to here, which is recently used, these would be the programs that I've recently opened. You can also add them to favorites. So you can also type in here like CLIM, I was looking CLIMTK, and this is an antivirus program for Linux, okay? It scans for threats. Now, most Linux distros, if not all, will say that you won't get a virus. Now, Windows Virus basically doesn't know what to do in a Linux operating system, because Linux is an open source platform. The code is completely different than the way Windows is wrote. Now, if I go back here, this here is the XFCE terminal, okay? So basically the terminal is something like the Windows command prompt, okay? And let's see, when I type up in here, you'll get a number of basic bash commands, okay? And it speaks for itself. Also, if you go to the internet, there's quite a number of commands you can learn. You can actually update your operating system by using the terminal, and you can also do it by the Windows CMD if you know. It takes a bit of time, like everything else, to learn all this. So I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible. Now, LibreOffice is an office suite. A lot of people use Microsoft Office, and this here basically does the same thing, in my opinion. Okay, these are your spreadsheets, your impress presentation. Okay, where you can create a presentation, a video slides. You'll be adding videos on, etc. until it. Let me close that. Let me go back. Calculator, maths, and LibreOffice Writer. Okay, so this all comes by default. That's it bold, and that's for setting it bigger. Let's see. Okay, so anybody that's used Microsoft Office before, you can see everything's more or less the same, automatic spell checker and etc. Oh, let me come out of that. And don't save, or don't want to save it. As you can see, most things open up, not all, very quick. Now to run a program, obviously you can click run a program and you can type in CLRMTK, which would be ClamTK, and it should actually run the program if I have typed it in properly. Okay, so there's it there, the virus scanner. Okay, now by default it automatically updates itself. These would be your system tools. GP partition. Okay, this would be for creating partitions on your hard drive. And let's go back to system. This is the Debian package installer, and this is for viewing your hard drive disk. You see exactly your home folder. This one here, you'll see it is registered at 465.6 gigabytes available, and that's the total, and this is the spare hard drive, and that would be my home folder. Okay, so I'm going to configure this other one here. Let me close that. Okay friends, so it basically works out of the box. Now you need to download the ISO, save it to your downloads folder. Now if you're running Windows 10, you right click on it and click burn to CD or DVD. Okay, but you need to make sure that you have a DVD in the drive. NetSurf web browser is another web browser. Okay, you do have documentation, and it'll tell you about this particular web browser. So you know you don't have to stick with Google Chrome or. Let me open this up wider. Okay, news. The NetSurf web browser. Okay. So it's a web browser. Now, if you go to here, tools, downloads, show cookies. Okay, so it's documentation I read because I know what I'm looking for, but a lot of people wouldn't understand it. So your web browser gives off a certain information through the browser headings. Now, if you know what you're looking for, you can sort of pick it up. Okay, so let me go to file in this particular browser. That's for print, preferences, search from go. Appearance, always show the tab bar. Yep, why not? Content, prevent pop-up windows. This is how you set this one. You can disable plugins, and you can enable JavaScript if you wish. Some experts will recommend that can be a dangerous thing for hackers. Enable sending do not track requests for networks not to track you. And okay, close that. See, let me go to all. So that's another web browser. That's pretty fast. Let me see if this other program is finished. And it is still working in the background. Okay, let me go to the other tab. Alright, to turn it off and turn it on, you click there. Go up to the top here. When you click here, it'll say restart, log up, or shut down, or suspend. If you want to suspend it, if you're going to do something, and it'll carry on with your laptop, and then click suspend, okay? And it'll actually save the season that you're doing, so when you log back in, you can carry on if you click shut down and go to restart it. Okay, so internet, download share files over BitTorrent, okay? So, ready? Hallelujah. Okay friends, so that's basically a quick introduction of MX Linux. It's not the easiest one to use for a beginner. Okay? If you just want to use the browser, send emails, watch YouTube videos, listen to your music, then by all means, it is fast, it is quick, it is very stable, and it is secure. And you also, the beauty about Linux distros is, let's see now, I'm looking at the Syntax Package Manager. Okay, the beautiful thing about Linux is, if you watched some of the other video on Peppermint Linux, you will see that there's a few hardening tools you can add. There's also quite a number of other very interesting tools on it for cracking passwords and stuff like that there. Okay, so just a quick introduction. This is MX Linux. Now, if you go to Google, type in MX Linux, you can read up some documentation about it. Watch a few videos on YouTube, and watch this video by all means to see if you like it. And that's the volume control because I was doing something. That's my file manager, and it's still installing. Let me see, go back here. Yep. Now I want to just pull this down. You'll notice here you will have the date. Okay. 27th of April, and you notice that I have a cookie cruncher, or what they call in Firefox browser. I would use what they call a cookie destroyer that would destroy cookies within seconds, text file cookies within seconds. Okay, it's just a security feature that I would use. Okay, so it'll say that I'm using 5% on hard drive, but it'll say that my CPU at the moment is 61% because I'm doing about 2 or 3 different things running in the background. Okay, so let me see now if I can stop this. Give us your feedback, friends, and let's know what you think about it. And if you've already tested Linuxes out for different ones, give us what you recommend, your favourite, and I'll be quite happy to put it through the mill. Okay, thank you.